time to get over that seed of arrogance and insisting upon it and say, no, this is the time to change. SubhanAllah, they didn't change, they took him to trial, and when, they made, for days, they built this huge fire. They asked people, they made a campaign. They said, everybody, bring the firewood, as much firewood as you can for many days. And some women, they said, if we get, cured from our illness, we're going to be giving more firewood. And people started making oaths about how much firewood they're going to bring so that they can build this huge fire to throw Ibrahim a.s. into it. And subhanAllah, they dig this huge pit. The fire is so huge, they had to catapult him into it. They tied his hands and legs and they catapult Ibrahim a.s. as a young man into this fire. Now again, this is a true story. This is not folk tales. This actually happened. SubhanAllah, to think that your prophet, this is one of our prophets, was bonded up in this way. And look at his response. When, as he's going, flying through the air to be thrown into the fire, the angel Jibreel comes to him and he asks him, do you want anything? And Ibrahim, subhanAllah, he says, not from you. Not from you. Meaning, whatever I want is going to be from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's ready for the sacrifice. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders that fire to be cool, and it's a place of safety for him, and a place of comfort for him, subhanAllah. And sometimes, we feel that way. Sometimes, when you sacrifice, and on the outside it seems like made to others, it could seem that the situation that you're in is full of sacrifice and pain and suffering, it's a fire, it's hard, what are you doing? But you're on the inside, inshallah, and you feel, no, there's so much peace in the struggle. There's so much rahmah in the struggle. And this is something that comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the people, subhanAllah, after Ibrahim a.s. came out of this fire, is mentioned in the books of Ibn Kathir. He says that there's a group of people who actually did follow Ibrahim a.s. after this miracle, because they saw him walk out of it physically intact, but they did so secretly. They wouldn't announce it because they were afraid of the punishment that they would be having to encounter. And again, subhanAllah, the thing that I want us to think about when we think about this story is Ibrahim a.s. had to make da'wah in all its forms. He had to, as a young person, set the example, fight peer pressure, proclaim the only ilah in front of all of this societal and family pressure, gets thrown into a fire, a blazing fire, and after all of the sacrifice, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him some followers. So he's not actually looking for the results. He's looking for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't do these events so we can see results. We hope for them, we pray for them. But we do them because this is what we're supposed to be doing. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked us to do. To work for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just 3 comments and then I'll finish inshallah. The first one is that when you feel alone in your struggle, to look at what Ibrahim did. Ibrahim a.s. held on tight to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It said that he would be walking and people could see his mouth moving because he's talking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sometimes, subhanAllah, people are very lonely and they're trying to practice Islam. There are some sisters who are in their 30s trying to find a partner, trying to be married, and they feel extremely alone. And that's the time to hold on tight to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so that you don't fall into things that you would be ashamed of. Brothers in the same way feel extremely alone in this society for whatever reason. They can't start a family, whatever the case is, their family that they're in is not practicing. That's when you hold on very, very tight to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the second point is that your relationship with your father, with the elders. It amazes me that Ibrahim spoke to his father in such a kind way. His father actually commanded him, he said, if you don't get away from me, I'm going to stone you. My parents don't say that to us. If Ibrahim's father says, leave me or I will stone you. I'm going to threaten him with death. And subhanAllah, you know what Ibrahim's response is? Salamun alayk. Peace be upon you. I'm going to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he forgives you. And if you look at the conversation that Ibrahim has with his father, so much respect. So yes, even though you fight against the pressure, with adab, with humility, with respect, sometimes young people get really proud of being, mashallah, active and involved, and they want to just run everything. But you need to respect the elders. If Ibrahim can respect his father, What about us who are respecting our fellow parents who are Muslims and practicing, subhanAllah? And the third point is to question yourself, are you from al-la'ibin? Are you from those who play? Jazakumullah khair. Anything that was beneficial is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what was wrong and mistaken is from myself and the shaitan. Jazakumullah khair.